Toolman, could we please have a one-word prompt?
Car.
Here we go. 3, 2, 1.
All right, so spring is coming up. So let's see what I can take my car into the shop for. Thinking maybe some like flower paint styles.
Yeah, we gotta get the spring color under lights, right? So
Green, right? You gotta go like
green and like violet.
Yeah.
Or like flowers, maybe.
Yeah.
Hey, welcome to the Overtalking Podcast with your hosts, Ken and CJ. Say hi, CJ.
Oi, it's me, CJ, in it.
In it. This is the show where we talk over TV shows and movies as chosen by our guests. And this week, we're watching A Working Man. Have you heard of it? I hadn't.
Sure have, bruv.
Should have. It's the latest Jason Statham joint. Was this even in theaters?
It was. It technically is still in at time of recording. Okay. There is one theater that is still showing it in Chicago. I saw.
Okay, good. So go check it out. Maybe we'll see. Or keep listening. And we have returning guest, the Toolman, Steve. Welcome back.
Heyo, what up?
Steve, thanks for taking my snow tires off, taking the chains off.
Now, you keep saying your car and your snow tires, but let's just be clear, this is the company car.
Yeah, Ken, I don't know how much of the pods you were listening to when you were out.
I was listening. At one point, I was told not to, so I just turned it down.
Okay, good. Okay. Good boy.
Because I did call in with an update about the company car.
Yes.
It wasn't looking good for the company car.
I heard some of that, yeah. And I've noticed that as well when I went to go check in on it, and the odometer was crazy high.
I couldn't figure out how to.
They didn't let you take it though, right? They said there's still work to be done.
That's exactly right. I could not take it.
There's something with the odometer just went up on its own, and then the tires we had to replace the new ones that we put on because
that's
looked like someone was drifting with them. It looked like someone had been drifting with them.
Yeah, so. As a big car guy, I was going to say it looked like someone had been drifting the car, but I'm glad you just kept replacing the tires over and over, even though clearly nothing happened.
Did you notice those 2 empty canisters of NOS? I don't know how those got in there either, but I will fill those up for you too.
That's so strange because when I was there, one was full.
Oh,
they're both empty now, though.
That's what I meant.
They had a leak. One of them had a leak.
Yeah. One of them
had a leak.
Yeah.
Ken, I think also you scratched it somehow, but weirdly enough, the scratch on the side spells the letters DK. I don't know what that's about. That was you, right? You must have scratched it up to.
I don't know.
I think Ken was excited for the Switch 2 and the new Donkey Kong game that's coming out.
Subconsciously, I must have accidentally keyed that.
Oh, Donkey Kong. It wasn't Drift King. Okay.
I don't even know what that is.
I don't know. Yeah. Okay, well, I just trust that, Toolman, you're going to get that all taken care of. And
yeah.
Oh, yeah, of course. And I'm going to give you the friendly Toolman discount.
That's great.
And not overcharge you, because I'm an honest guy.
That's right. This isn't the Overcharging Podcast. This is the Overtalking Podcast.
Definitely not.
So what should we be looking for in spring for the car tune-ups?
Definitely get that odometer fixed. It's been on the fritz.
Definitely get
reverse, right?
the snow tires and the chains off.
Oh, yeah.
I feel like mostly I'm just talking about putting them on or taking them off.
Yeah, it's one or the other.
I've had some people call in to the shop asking if I do anything else besides that, because that's all I talk about on this podcast. And yes, I do plenty of other things. I just don't want to take away from the podcast to talk about all the other things I do.
Right.
Well, we appreciate that.
Yeah, absolutely.
Keeping it on topic.
Yeah.
It's the most important one that you call out, though.
Exactly. So take those off because we're spring. We can do some blues. We can do some greens. We can get some little like leaf stickers or something like green.
I don't want stickers. I want full paint job. I'm committed.
Wow.
Put some flower petals on the side of that bad boy.
And you want to leave them on? Or every season you want to change that too, right?
Yeah.
Every season we're repainting the company car?
Yeah.
This bill is really getting kind of crazy.
Yeah, this is pretty intense.
Should I be billing the Overlords?
Actually,
I can take down their contact information afterwards. I get really scared when they show up, though.
That would be great.
When they show up, we're going to discuss this with them.
Yeah.
Okay, cool.
In about 40-ish minutes, we can talk about it with them.
Okay,
cool. Great.
In the meantime, Toolman, you really are a working man, right?
I'm the hardest working man I know.
That's right. And that's the title of the movie that we watched. So we're going to talk about A Working Man and more coming up on the Overtalking Podcast.
When my wife passed and I left the Royal Marines, a lot of people would have given up on me. You gave me a job. You were patient with me. You, Carla, Jenny, You're my family.
Jenny's missing.
She went out with her friends on Friday.
Where's the girl?
You a cop?
You wish I was a cop.
Hey, we're back on the Overtalking Podcast. You're once again by returning guest Toolman Steve, and we're talking about A Working Man 2025. Toolman, we're going to put 30 seconds on the clock for you to describe for someone who's not yet seen A Working Man what it's all about. Maybe avoid spoilers. Are there any?
It's a Jason Statham movie. What do you think is going to happen? All right, ready, go.
All right. Okay. All right.
And we're going.
So,
And
Working Man. So, there's
Jason
the lead. What was his name?
Jason
Statham.
Jason Statham. Okay, I think this might have been the first movie I've seen with that guy, because I never seen this guy before, and he's like so good. He was killing a lot of people, and he's got to save someone.
And time.
Okay, that's not bad actually.
That's not bad. It's basically Taken, except it's not his own daughter.
You guys know who this actor is?
You do too. He's like one of the select few number of actors that you should know, shouldn't you?
I mean, why would I know him?
He's the titular Shaw from Hobbs and Shaw.
Again,
that's what that guy's name was?
That's not the title of the movie.
Sorry, the Fast and Furious presents Hobbs and Shaw, a Hobbs and Shaw story, Too Fast. Or something like that, right?
That's right.
That has to be right.
I mean, I know that's The Rock. I wasn't aware. I thought that he was more of like an up-and-coming guy that I didn't have to really know his name.
He is this up-and-coming guy that has done 50 movies, and 47 of them are action movies.
He was just in Hobbs and Shaw?
And some others.
Other movies.
I can't remember my own trivia question. I did ask that at one point.
You covered that when I was out. He'd other car movies like Transporter. You'd probably like that. It's got cars.
He was in 6 of them.
There's 6 Transporter movies?
No, he was in 6 FFU movies.
Oh, okay.
6 Fast and Furious movies?
That's right.
Are you guys like pulling my chain or something?
I was told not to do that last time I was in the shop. So.
You're not. Yeah, we got to replace your chain, by the way.
Damn
it came off when I was doing a wheelie.
Pesky chain.
You were doing what?
What? I mean, it came off when
I was
nothing.
Fixing it.
Let's talk about the movie. What's this guy's name? Jason Statham.
Yep.
Yeah.
You're saying this guy was in 6 Fast and Furious movies?
That's right.
Yeah. Now,
I can
Steve,
name them all.
Name them?
Oh my god, guys! Can I be honest and tell you something? You know, when we all hung out for that month and we watched all those Expendables movies,
Yeah.
I've been all kinds of fucked up after that month.
Rightfully so.
And I started having issues with my memory. So I went to a memory doctor, which apparently is a real thing.
And what are they called?
I told a guy that I'd watched 4 Expendable movies in 1 month, and he spit out his coffee right in my face. So then I had to go to the burn doctor about that.
Oh, man.
Then when I went back and saw him after the burns healed, he asked if he could write up a paper on my story, because he said that it was the most absurd thing he's ever heard. And he said there was maybe no cure, but there could be if I just kind of waited it out.
And you're waiting for them to make a 5th one?
Oh.
Yeah, but then I was also out of network with his insurance. So that's
oh no.
Yeah, it's been a big battle for me. I'm wondering if I knew who Jason Statham was before.
I think you did, because I know you did.
Was he in one of the Expendable movies? He's in those, right?
I don't think so.
He's in like all of them, isn't he?
That's
isn't
Sylvester
he like one
Stallone.
of the main dudes? I actually don't remember.
Yeah, he's on the poster. Okay. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. He's Lee Christmas. That's right.
That's right. Okay.
It just
Lee Christmas. Now I know you're making this up.
Yeah, right. That does.
So
anyway,
speaking of Sylvester Stallone, doesn't he do something with his movie?
Yeah, he originally wrote the screenplay for it.
Originally?
Yeah.
And then someone said, this is illegible, and then someone rewrote it, I assume.
This is hot dog shit. And then handed it off to somebody else.
Someone mildly tuned it up.
Yeah, I believe he gave the first pass before handing it off to that other guy I said, David Ayers.
Who actually is part of the FFU, right?
Yes.
He
he directed the very first one.
Okay. Dope.
And Suicide Squad.
That's
Yeah.
right. Have you
David
seen that?
Ayer, sorry.
Nope.
Okay.
Have not seen that one.
Cool.
Heard bad things.
Well, one of them's good. The other one sucks, yeah.
What the fuck happened in this movie?
Yeah, I mean, this movie, my memory's been getting better, so I remember what I watched. I remember that David Harbour plays a blind guy, and he's friends with Jason Statham.
That's right.
You guys remember that?
Yeah, and he lives in like the same cabin that he takes 11 in Stranger Things.
Yeah, I think they just use the same set.
Yeah.
Sorry, I got that wrong. David Ayer wrote the screenplay for the Fast and Furious.
Okay, that's
he did
what I
not
thought.
direct it.
Okay.
And he did Beekeeper.
No way, he wrote Beekeeper?
Or directed it.
He directed The Beekeeper.
Oh, okay. That was a much better movie than this movie, in my opinion.
They were like the same movie.
No, but
I liked The Beekeeper more, I think, out of the two.
Yeah, no, I do too.
I think
Well,
The Beekeeper is more
I think
fun.
I would.
right.
Yeah. He directed this movie and The Beekeeper. He wrote the screenplay for this movie, but he produced both The Beekeeper and A Working Man.
Okay.
He's got his hands in all of this.
Well, whoever wrote The Beekeeper was better. Also, whoever dressed everyone in this movie should be taken out of Hollywood. It is
And put
not,
into something better than Hollywood.
Yeah, work for, I don't know, like
The Met.
RuPaul's Drag Race or
Gala.
something. Like it's wild, the choices that were made throughout this movie. It starts out with the grandpa, which you wouldn't have expected that was the grandpa of Jason Statham's daughter, and he comes out, his front lawn's filled with just like random, like I guess high-end party things, like person on a stilts and etc. And he's wearing a fucking like fuzzy hat and sunglasses, I think.
Isn't that the Jamiroquai hat? Did I get that reference right?
I don't even remember what he was wearing. Oh, my memory.
It was wild, and it just goes on from there. Like everyone who's not Jason Statham is dressed so ridiculously. We literally have the Penguin later on.
Yeah,
And I can't keep track of the relationships of all these Russian guys.
No, I
but
can't either.
the two Russian guys that are dressed the weirdest, that are brothers,
Oh yeah, they're matching weird suits.
and then they start fighting him, and then even Jason Statham was like, "Why are you dressed like that?"
It's nice that they at least acknowledged it.
I was going to say this for later, but Ken, because you mentioned it, I wanted to read one of the reviews on Letterboxd. This is from comedian Mark Rennie. He wrote, "A penguin-coated sex criminal really gets what's coming to him. Needed more Tool-themed kills."
Yes, absolutely. Hard agree.
Yeah.
Before we move on from the costumes, towards the end of the movie, I mean, this is just, again, one of many examples, but a bunch of people roll up on motorcycles, and rather than just traditional motorcycle helmets, they either have like 3 to 4 foot horns sticking out of them.
They're cool.
Or straight up
Yeah.
Shogun era like helmets.
That's cool. That's cool.
It's cool, Ken.
There were multiple just weird Shogun era like helmets. I don't know, man. It's all over the place.
Did we talk about the actual plot for this movie? Should I actually?
No,
do
we
that?
still have not.
I think that would probably be good to at least touch on.
Jason Statham is the titular working man.
Yeah.
He's a working man, and then he just goes full
He works
take-in.
construction, and someone comes and beats up Michael Pena's daughter and takes her, and he's like, I guess I'll get back into it, and I'll go find her.
In the opening credit sequence, it's established that he's some high-end ex-military guy. So he's got a special set of skills.
I mean, I don't remember seeing him in other movies, but I feel like that's a type of character that he could only do once.
Yeah, definitely not Lee
Does that
Christmas.
sound right? Okay.
Yeah, I don't think you can repeat that kind of performance.
'Cause I hope
No.
that in the Fast and Furious movies, he doesn't play someone with a military background who's
I
now has
honestly
a unique set of
don't.
skills.
Does he have? I can't remember.
I mean, yes, and that's literally what Beekeeper is too.
I knew
Like,
the Beekeeper, but I honestly couldn't remember the FFU.
Are you
what
guys
his
telling me that
backstory
all
is.
of his roles are the same backstory and then the same movie?
No, that can't be.
I don't understand that.
He can't just make 50 of the same movie.
No. I literally think it's the same in The Meg too. I think.
Or
Still haven't seen that one.
the fourth Expendables movie, which was supposed to be a Jason Statham only movie that they repurposed into an Expendables movie.
That's right, yeah.
I totally forgot.
And the best part of that movie was the middle part where it was just the Jason Statham movie. And that plays the same way as the Beekeeper. It plays the same way as a working man.
Yeah.
Here's the thing. I think I would be totally okay with just doing a year of Jason Statham movies. They're not great, but they're also not terrible.
Right.
You know what you're going to get. There's something comforting about that.
That's what producers are saying too.
Yeah.
They're not great, but they're not terrible.
It's a comfort
We can just
movie.
do it over and over again.
And people will pay
just
money
have
to
him
see it.
have a different post-Vietnam occupation or whatever.
People like rewatching the same TV shows because it gives them comfort, and this is the same thing.
Yeah.
This is why I watch just kind of mediocre action movies all the time. It's comforting in a way. I don't have to be that invested. There's barely a plot usually. Like this. Barely a plot.
I'll be honest. I fell asleep for half of this movie, and I didn't miss anything.
You missed the part where he beats up the Russian guys.
I saw that.
The whole movie was him beating up
I
Russian guys.
know.
Man, what a cool movie, though.
Yeah, so good.
I can't wait for The Beekeeper 2.
I also cannot wait for The Beekeeper 2. That one was actually good. I am curious what the next movie of his that's non-Beekeeper will be, because I assume it's just going to be the name of another occupation that he is post-military. Right. So like he was a beekeeper, he was a working man, which is pretty broad.
I would argue that he's a working man in The Beekeeper.
Yeah.
Do you want to know what one of his next movies is called?
Does it fit that theme?
It's called Mutiny.
Oh, it does not. Okay.
That's different.
That sounds like it might have an actual plot.
Yeah. I bet he's going to be ex-military.
After his billionaire industrialist boss is murdered in front of him, Cole Reed, Jason Statham, is set up to take the fall for the crime, leaving him on the run as he works to uncover an international conspiracy.
That's a real plot.
I know, that's actually a real plot.
That sounds good.
That sounds too good to be true.
All right,
Yeah.
Coming to Overtalking in 2026.
Okay.
Mutiny.
He's going to be ex-military. I know he's.
Yeah, it's definitely going to be.
100%.
They don't put that in the plot usually, but
They don't even
that'll
have
be
to
the
explain
opening
it for
credits.
him
They don't
anymore.
have
You could look at him and just be like, oh, he's ex-military.
Yeah.
He doesn't want to do that anymore, but he has to.
Is it worth giving the listeners a little background into? I texted a picture of the movie poster for this to you guys, being like, "We're for sure doing this at some point."
That was easy. Yeah.
Yeah, I was in.
All I saw
never seen
was
none of that.
a picture of Jason Statham with the title "A Working Man." Was like, all right, let's do it.
I think it was like, I don't know about my memory here, but it was around the time of The Beekeeper where I had watched that. And then I realized it was the same director too. And I'm like, oh, this guy is just going all Jason Statham now.
He's just
David Ayer.
cranking them out.
Oh.
Do you get it?
Oh.
He was in the movie Crank.
Yeah.
Crank is fun. We should do that. That's
Crank
a good
is
one.
Great. I loved Crank.
I own that on
That
DVD.
probably is not good.
No.
Think-
All movies from before are still good.
I loved it in 2008 when I was, 16? So it's got to hold up.
That's cranking age.
Cranking age. What was the second one? It was
Crank 2
Turbo.
High Voltage.
High Voltage. That's it.
I just made that up, but that might be right.
I mean, that
no,
sounded
it is right.
correct.
That
Yeah.
sounded very right.
Yeah. Because instead of adrenaline, it's now he needs electricity to stay alive.
That's right.
Give us Crank 3.
I think people
So
are
wait.
clamoring for Crank 3.
Yeah, me.
You're saying he's got 50 movies and Crank 3 isn't one of them?
Correct?
Oh, man.
Not yet.
Hey,
Not
if he's
yet.
if he's got 52 movies, that seems like a good round number for you guys to do episodes of for a full year.
That's what I'm saying.
I can't.
Ken is just smiling, grin from ear to ear right now. If the listener wants to get a
Ken,
shot
come
of
on.
his face.
3 of those are like non-action movies. We got to do those.
Oh, the 3.
Yeah.
I would love to cover those 3 only.
Oh, pass. Boo.
It's back when he had hair.
Oh, boo.
Yeah, I can't have hair.
I am not into this at all. Non-action hair movie? Give me action bald every time.
I genuinely would be very curious to watch those 3 movies, though.
I think in one of them he's more of a sidekick to the main dude, but it's more of a rom-com kind of movie.
He's still like ex-military, but he was more of like a field medic, so he didn't get any of the fighting skills.
I think in that one he works like an office job.
Okay. After he'd already served.
Right, maybe. Of course, I assume.
So, are there non-action ones where he is the true lead?
Probably.
I don't think it counts if he's like some secondary guy.
Yeah.
I want to see him
I think so.
doing like a long monologue that's not about like saving someone or reconciling with his past.
I want him to give a long monologue about like going after the girl you always didn't have the courage to talk to or something.
Taking a chance.
I'm curious what percentage of his movies pass the Bechdel test.
Oh, probably those 3.
I don't think this one does.
Maybe those 3, yeah. It wouldn't be the other ones. The Expendables never did.
No, they absolutely did not.
They barely acknowledged the women in the movie.
Those were the prime example of the opposite of the Bechdel test.
Guys, the movie I'm thinking of is called London, and IMDb, you know how it gives you the genres? One of them is steamy romance.
Oh, yeah.
And you want to know who else is in the movie? Dane Cook and Louis C.K.
What? Ew, wait, I don't want to see either of those in a steamy romance movie.
That probably like just came out like last year, right? It seemed like a very relevant recent movie.
Yeah.
With that kind of cast.
Chris Evans is the main guy.
Oh, well, that actually does seem like it's recent then.
I would watch that.
Dane Cook's still funny. Louis C.K. still not canceled. Jason Statham's still bald.
Nope. He's got lots of hair.
Not in that one.
He's got like a slicked, kind of parted to the side look. Businessman look.
A working man look. No, a businessman look.
Businessman look. A non-working man look.
A non-working man.
White collar.
Hey, what was with all the water pollution in this movie? Did you guys notice that?
What do you mean, like the car going into the water?
Yeah, there's in one scene, he flushes a bunch of drugs down the toilet. I guess that's the common disposal method. And another scene, he's driving over a river and chucks some drugs into the river. And then in another scene, he pushes a van with corpses in it into the river.
He wastes a lot of perfectly good drugs.
Yeah.
Like high quality. That was like blue level crystal meth, I think.
Yeah,
right?
like we've all watched Breaking Bad.
Like, yeah, it's Breaking Bad meth.
But why would you throw it away? At least just, I don't know, give it to someone.
Yeah.
And while we're on the water topic, did you guys love him waterboarding somebody?
I feel like he's very comfortable doing that.
Yeah.
He was very comfortable. I wanted them to zoom out just a little bit more to show that, like, this dude's basically unrestrained in a bathtub.
Yeah.
And just letting it happen to him, basically.
Yeah, he was fine.
I just wrote down waterboarding, classic.
I like when they go down to, I think that southern bar they go to is called like Hattie's or something.
Yeah.
And right when he goes down there, the soundtrack switches over to Wagon Wheel, the Darius Rucker version.
That's right.
And they're like, oh, this movie is going to be sick.
Banger.
And then it goes into some kind of like, some type of like Irish fighting song when he starts fighting the people, like abruptly after Wagon Wheel. I remember being like, what are we doing here?
I think that was some Dropkick Murphys. I mean,
I was going to say, it was like something like that.
I also, are you guys mad that not mad about it taking place in the greatest city in the world, Chicago, but that we missed our chance. He was here and none of us saw him.
How much did they actually shoot in Chicago, though?
Probably just those.
I saw 2 skylines.
Yeah, I saw a couple skylines.
No bean shot. No bean shot.
Yeah.
No.
Missed.
So, were they really?
So couldn't even tell if it was Chicago at that point.
I also love, that bar you're referring to, so the movie mainly takes place in Chicago, and then what? They're driving like 40 minutes or something, and then all of a sudden are in like the most southern bar to ever exist.
I just assumed that they were in Nashville at that point.
Right. They drove all the way down.
Yeah.
Maybe.
I don't know where the Russians like to hang out. That wasn't even the Russians at that point.
Yeah.
Those were friends of the Russians? I don't know.
No.
We went to school in central Illinois, and I know there is a lot of like farmland and stuff like that, but I don't know that you can just drive an hour out of the city and get to that sort of like wetlands area.
No. That's not very Illinois.
Also, can we talk about how corrupt the cops are in this movie?
Oh my God.
Corrupt
just
to the point
two,
where, like,
right?
Yeah, just the two cops are. They look away when the girl escapes and they get her back so the Russians can kidnap her again. But they're like not only just looking away, they're like actively working with the Russians.
Yeah.
Like delivering her body to them at a different point in the movie. Like, oh, you're just active criminals. You're not even like letting them do crime. You're helping.
No, even when they looked away that first time, they showed up to stop her. Yeah.
That first time I was like, oh, okay, they're kind of with them, but they're not like, all right, fine. You do your business.
I mean, to be fair, one of them apologized.
I know. But that was right before she slammed her face in with the back of the shotgun.
Yeah.
So
I did I'll give them credit though. Then at the end of the movie, they kill the cops. So like they show up at the end and they're like, yeah, you want to kill the corrupt cops.
Here you go. It all comes full circle.
I also like that they kind of set it up for a sequel too.
Yeah, I didn't know how I felt about the old Russian man at the end screaming when he couldn't get his revenge.
Yeah.
But clearly setting up like a working man too.
The beekeeper, sure. This one, no, don't bother.
No. Yeah, I will say no if it comes up again.
What's the beekeeper going to do? They're going to have someone who's like scammed by insurance fraud again, and he's just going to do that?
Yeah.
It's the same thing here. Someone's going to take someone else's daughter.
But
it's the same plot.
It is.
At least it's more interesting.
But it was well done.
It is more interesting. Yeah, that's true.
It's just straight up more. That's it. Like
it's just like a little bit better execution.
Exactly.
And set pieces. Yes. But it's the same movie.
It's way more fun set pieces and better like action sequences.
Right.
Especially like to comedian Mark Reddy's point, for being the construction worker working man, there were barely any kills with like tools or something like that. Yeah. That would be more.
There needs to be more tools, more wrench kills.
Yeah.
More drill kills.
Drills would be gruesome.
What other tools are there? Ladder kills.
Just smack some guys around with like a shovel. That's fun.
Throw someone in cement. That's cool.
Yeah.
That's construction.
Yeah. He threw dry cement on someone, but I want them to like then get it wet.
Yeah.
And
get
hardened
stuck
on him.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They land in some pool of cement and that's
probably where they would go with the sequel to this.
I hope so.
Wait, so Ken, you're back on board?
I'll write them.
Well, yeah. We'll see. I'm going to need to see what the kill.
Ken was never not on board. He's just being a good skeptic.
What's going to be the deciding factor, Ken? Are you going to watch the trailer and go from there?
Yes.
Okay.
I will need to know what kind of kills there are.
What if The Rock joined the cast of the sequel, regardless of plot?
I mean, I'm already in, so yeah, got me in. Ken?
Well, yeah, obviously.
Okay, there it is. We got him.
The true working man. Well,
what?
Guys, I don't know. It's time for a little trivia. So it's time for...
Hey, did you know that?
That's right. This is Hey, Did You Know That? Or quicker together, Hey, did you know that?
Did you know that?
Did you know that? This is a trivia portion of our show where we pit our guest and CJ and me all against each other to see who knows the most about what we watched. My beautiful wife and mother of my child, Meg, wrote this trivia in a way where I don't know the answers. So,
oh my God,
we're all going at it.
But if Ken wins, we definitely know he cheated.
Has this happened before?
That's true. And yes, we've done this before, but very infrequently. So this is a treat. Here we go. First question. This is multiple choice. This is the second film written by Sylvester Stallone in which Jason Statham is the main character. What is the name of the first film? Is it A, 2013's Homefront? Is it B, 2013's Redemption? Is it C, 2015's Wild Card? Or is it D, 2021's Wrath of Man?
I'll do the second one. I forgot what it was called.
Redemption.
Sure.
Homefront, Redemption, Wildcard, or Wrath of Man?
I was also going to say Redemption.
I'll do Homefront just to be different. And the correct answer is Homefront.
Damn.
Wow.
I mean, he has
I genuinely did not know that. I know no one's going to believe me. Next question. A Working Man is based on the novel Levon's Trade by Chuck Dixon. The novel's title is Levon's Trade. How many books are in the Levon Cade series? What?
I did know it was a book based on a book.
It's a franchise of books.
It's a franchise of books.
I did not know it was a franchise.
I'll say 4, yeah.
I hope there's not more than 3. I'll say 3.
Okay. The correct answer is 12 books.
Good God. There's going to be 12 Working Man movies. Yeah.
This was the first one out of the, what's it, Levon Cade?
Levon Cade series. And the first one's called Levon's Trade. I hope they all just rhyme with his last
They're all
name.
Levon's Made.
Yeah. Okay, I need to look up this. Hold on.
I'll look up the answer first before I ask it.
Yeah.
Okay, got it.
Levon's Trade, Levon's Night, Levon's Ride, Levon's Run,
Cool names.
Levon's Kin, Levon's War, Levon's Time, Levon's Home, Levon's Hunt, Levon's Prey, Levon's Range.
Just Levon.
His range?
Yep.
His range of his acting ability.
Right, yeah, he's really stretching himself.
Not a home on the...
12 isn't quite right because one of these is a combo of 2 of the books and the other one is the complete series. So it's the correct answer is 10. Meg.
Still way more than either of us would have.
Either way, it didn't matter. Yeah, we were.
I got a little bit closer.
No. See, CJ and I got the point. We were closest.
But we all got closer. That's all I'm saying.
Oh, because there's less.
Oh,
sure.
Sure. Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah. I got to get my wins where I can get them.
Okay. Next question. What actor was originally considered for the role of Levon Cade before Statham was cast? Was it A, Sly? Was it B, Keanu Reeves? Was it C, Glenn Powell? Or was it D, Liam Neeson?
I gotta hope it's Sly.
I gotta think it's Sly.
I hope
too.
he wrote that for himself.
I'm going
He's
Glenn Powell. I'm going with a younger dude.
Glenn Powell. It's topical. The correct answer is Liam Neeson, which is real dumb because it's literally taken.
Yeah. It's a worse taken.
Huh.
Well, that's Sly. Sly knows what Liam Neeson is good at.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's
Sly
true.
wants people his own age.
That's what a smart producer.
All right. No one got a point for that one. Next question. Levon Statham wears a shirt with what phrase printed on it? First person to shout it out gets the point. I have no idea.
Oh.
Sic Semper Tyrannis.
Oh, no, wait. It was like some like biblical thing.
Yeah.
I love New York.
There was a verse that I Googled, but I can't remember it.
Ezekiel 25:17.
It's like follow me something. I'm not gonna get it.
Okay. If that's close, I will give it to you. Oh, okay. It's literally Pro 1:11. So
no, but then
got that.
Okay, but
did it say something else too?
Well, that's the verse I'm referring to. Then if you Google that,
when you looked it up.
Yeah.
So there's a bonus question after this. This is likely a reference to Proverbs 1:11 in the Bible, which is a verse that says what? This is multiple choice, so see if you might get this.
Oh, okay.
Is it A, it's a warning against joining the wicked people who plan harm and choosing a righteous path? B, it describes enemies as swarming around like bees, but being quickly extinguished like burning thorns, highlighting God's power to overcome enemies.
B.
Is it C, it emphasizes the importance of being slow to anger and not fast to furiousness?
That's the shirt that I have, so I know it's not that one.
Yes. Or is it D, it highlights the concept of being expendable for a higher purpose, regardless of personal cost?
Well done, Meg.
Yes, very good. I know my answer. What do you guys think?
It can't be the first one, and we know that he likes bees.
I'm gonna say C, even though that's, but that was a theme. Was like he has anger issues.
Yeah, Steve, what was yours?
I say it's definitely not the first one. So I'm gonna go bees because we know he is a beekeeper.
Okay, I'm gonna go the first one because I assume the other 3 are just references to
probably
other movies.
No, that's not true.
Yeah, that is true. That is the
God.
Dang it!
Dang it!
Oh,
How did I not see that?
I don't know, man.
It's this damn memory I keep bringing up. I would have won this if I had my brain pre-Expendables.
Probably. I think, yeah, it would have helped all of us. This isn't on here, but I I Googled it. I haven't looked at the answer yet, but what is the kill count for this movie?
Oh.
It's like a lot. I mean, he kills a lot of people in like even just that last scene.
Yeah, the last scene has.
Yeah, that alone, like 26.
Yeah, I'll go like 30.
I'll go 40.
Okay. And the correct answer is 37.
Dang.
Oh, wait, actually total 42 total. 37 is how many Levon killed, but other people killed people. So yeah, Steve, you get the point. You're on the board.
I'm on the board. And we're all tied probably, right?
Yeah.
Nope. I mean, you and CJ are.
Oh, all right.
Yeah, I have 3. The rest of you guys are just on the board. Next question. Jason Statham and Jason Fleming, the main Russian guy, have both previously appeared together in 3 films. Can you name any of these films? 1 point for each correctly named film.
Homefront.
Okay.
The rom-com
I don't know.
with Chris
I can't
Evans.
highlight these until we get them all out.
I'm going to say Lock, Stock, and 2 Smoking Barrels. Going early Statham.
That's what I was thinking too. Transporter 2.
That's a good guess.
Transporter 3.
Crank 3.
Crank 1.
So I'm going to the rom-com with Chris Evans.
London.
Crank 3.
Yeah.
And Beekeeper.
Okay.
Italian Job.
Okay.
Another movie I owned on DVD.
Hobbs and Shaw. Okay. And who said what? Lock, Stock, and 2 Smoking Barrels is one of them.
Oh, yeah.
Snatch is one of them.
Snatch.
We just
No one
watched
said
that. He was in Snatch?
Apparently.
What?
And Transporter 2, which I did say. So, Siege, you and I get a point.
Who the hell was he in Snatch?
I don't know. Okay. Next question. What is the Rotten Tomatoes Tomato Meter score? This is the critic score on Rotten Tomatoes. Since it's 3 of us, we'll just do closest.
I'll go last.
Okay. Can't be good. I'm gonna go first in hopes that I get it exactly. I'm gonna go 36%.
Yeah, that's good. 41.
Thanks. Okay.
At 42 then.
All right.
Damn it.
Steve, you get the point. 49%. That seems way too high.
That's pretty high.
It's below 50, which is what I really was sure about.
I thought it was going to be less than 40, but I had to take that over.
Yeah, that was the right move. All right, next question. What is the Rotten Tomatoes popcorn meter / audience score?
Ken, you're in the lead. You go first.
Okay. It's probably higher.
Yep.
But also, this movie still sucks. I don't know. I'll give it like a 63%.
Oh,
that's pretty good. That's pretty good, actually.
Yeah. You know, there's people that are just like, it's Statham beating up people, so automatically is getting like, you know, 3 out of 5 stars or something like that.
Right.
Dang.
Like me.
All right, 64.
65.
Damn it.
Please.
Oh my God. 87%.
What?
This is bullshit.
I never would have put over 70%.
Good God.
Okay, well, Steve, you have the chance to tie it for this final question here. What is the letterbox score?
Oh.
This is
it's like
a 1 decimal point.
1 decimal
and this
point.
is just Joe Schmo's.
Out of 5 stars.
Yeah, out of 5 stars.
I'll do 3.1.
I'll do 2.9.
2.8.
And the correct answer is 2.4.
There we go.
That tracks.
Okay.
There we go.
That's better.
I always forget that letterbox should be more realistic.
That makes me feel better.
Yeah. But that means the final score is Steve, you have 3. Siege has 3. And I have 4.
Cheater.
So I
Cheated.
With all the answers in front of him.
Yeah. Oh, weird.
No, we'll give that to you. Well done, Ken.
I will take it. I never get to play.
You're a big Jason Statham head, and it showed.
Yeah.
I guess so, yeah. All right, well, I think that means it's time for our ratings.
You've heard us debating, we know you've been waiting, so now it's time to hear our ratings.
Toolman, on a scale of 1 to 10, what would you rate a working man for you?
Do you have quick access to my Expendables ratings?
Yes.
Because I got to make sure those scores weren't too high because this movie's better than those, but this movie's also bad. And I'm really worried about what I put for some of those Expendables movies because my ratings are all inconsistent. Besides Fast and Furious, of course.
Okay, the first Expendables movie you gave a 3.5.
Oh,
then
good.
we
Okay,
jump up to a 5.5. Then we jump up to a 5.8, and then a 2.5.
Yeah, I mean, I'd give this movie like it's better than the best Expendables movie. I would think. No,
Is it?
Who knows? I'd say let's just give this a solid 5.
Yeah,
I think that's a good spot for it.
Yeah.
Because at least Expendables is bad with more people in it.
Right.
And
There's
you
more
can hear
going
people
on.
like
Different people.
you can hear like Dolph talk, and you can hear Sly talk.
Right.
Yeah.
You can hear
You
them
can't
talk. You won't
understand
understand what
either
they're
of
saying.
Yeah, you could get you could hear their voice.
Yeah.
Right. I'll go next, but I also am curious what my expendable scores were.
You were a
contact.
3, then a 4.5, then a 3.75, then a 2. Okay. You rated all of them the worst out of the three of us.
Shocking.
Which makes sense.
Yeah. I feel like it's not as good as Expendables 2, but better than all the other ones. So I'm going to just give it a solid 4, I think.
4, dang.
Yeah. It's a movie. They did it better than I could have done it, for sure. It wasn't for me. It's not the best Jason Statham joint I've seen.
Fair.
Siege.
For me, I was thinking about this. I'm going to quickly compare it to another action movie I've just watched, which is Netflix's Havoc. It just came out. So, we're just action movies. I'm just going to take plot out of the equation, right? They're barely there. The plot is there to establish stakes so that the good guy has something to go after. That's it. We just got to set the characters into motion and establish, here's the good guy, here's the bad people. That's all. So taking that out of the equation. So really what's left is the actual like fight sequences and like how it's shot. Because again, acting, they're just making grunting noises, right? Not really doing much acting either. Barely any of that. So taking that out of the equation. Havoc, though it's not a great movie, way, way, way cooler shot. The director is having fun with the different camera angles and way more fun action sequences. I was expecting better action sequences with the Jason Statham movie. I think The Beekeeper does have better ones. This one kind of fell flat and was not that great. There was some gruesome parts at the end that I did not see coming. We didn't even talk about that the girl he's saving kills somebody at the end.
Yeah,
she'd
already bitten someone's face off too.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then she flicked off an empty room. So.
Oh yeah, we
really
should touch on that. I was like, please don't. When she waited there, I was like, she's gonna do that.
Oh,
please
man.
don't. And then she did.
She quickly became the worst part of that movie.
Yeah, I think she was actually my favorite part of the movie. Maybe before that.
Yeah.
But then she was the worst right in that moment and afterwards. That's tough. She agreed to that, I guess. That's Sly. That's Sly written all over it. He probably just like, that's gotta happen.
You gotta show the
Bernie
room
Sanders
full of dead bodies. What for? I think I'm with Steve though. That this is a 5. This is just a very mediocre. I recommend people go check out Havoc if they want to see actual like fun sequences.
But what about the star power? Who's in that movie?
It's Bane. What's his face? Tom Hardy.
Oh, nice.
Oh.
And Timothy Oliphant and Forrest Whitaker.
Oh,
wow.
So a better cast.
Yep.
Yeah. Okay.
Nice.
Oh, we didn't even talk about like what was the point of like having his daughter in this movie at all? Like I assumed at one point, they were like gonna go after his daughter or something.
Yeah. Nope.
And like nothing really happened. She was never really in danger.
Same with David Harbour. Why was he in this?
Yeah.
Oh,
he
yeah,
gave
yeah,
him
yeah.
some guns and that's it.
I thought you were talking about Michael Pena's daughter. I'm like, that was the whole point, kid. I think we watch different movies.
No.
No, yeah. There was the only person they put at risk in their family was the grandfather that he already hates.
Right. Yeah.
And even
So he's
then,
like,
he
oh,
was just like in a burning building that he,
Yeah.
I think, could have gotten out of on his own.
He could have.
We forgot to talk about too. So the grandfather is Jason Statham's dead wife's dad. At one point, it is established that because the daughter is half living with the grandpa, it's established that the grandpa has removed all of the pictures of his dead daughter in the house.
Yeah, why?
That guy's a psychopath, right?
Yeah. He's definitely not a working man.
Correct.
And at one point, the daughter of Jason Statham's daughter FaceTimes him, and he's just like, "Is everything okay?" And she's like,
Yep.
"Yeah,
I'm just at school.
I'm just at school." And he's like,
Okay.
"Okay, did you need something?" "Nope." "Okay, bye."
Just
That's how we know she's safe.
Yeah, just reminding us, like, oh, right.
And never in any danger. She's always safe.
Yeah.
Good. Okay.
I think it's purely just to try to make him seem like a good guy, that he's like, he has somebody to fight for, to come back to or something. I don't know. Yeah. I agree with you. Completely pointless.
But there should have been at least a couple of Russian goons that were sent to the Stranger Things cabin. At least two, right? And you'd think that David Harbour would take care of them, and the girl would maybe do something funny, like kick one in the nuts or something.
Yeah.
Right. Yep.
Yeah. Pointless.
But they didn't ask us to write it.
Nope.
Not yet.
Should've. Sly, too, for some reason. Well, Toolman, thank you for joining us, as always, for another extended Fast and Furious universe movie. We still have one Fast and Furious actual universe movie that we have not covered, which is the Han origin story one that I can't remember what the title is, but
Like Better Luck
that.
something. Better Luck Chuck.
Yeah, Better Luck Tomorrow.
It might be Chuck.
Steve is right.
Chuck. Better Luck Chuck.
Is that Dane Cook?
That is Dane Cook.
Oh man, why does he keep coming up in this episode?
I don't know. He has Heelys.
So topical.
Yeah. Very cool guy dating like a 17-year-old or whatever.
Oh God.
Thank you. Do you have anything you want to plug or any words of wisdom at the end here?
Yeah, I'm also a working man. I'm in my shop all the time. If you bring your car to me, I will treat your car better than I treat the Overtalking company car.
Wait, what?
I just want to promise way higher than already the gold standard I give both of you.
This is the platinum standard.
Why can't we get that standard as well, though?
My memory's been all kind of messed up. So yeah, I mean, you know what? I'll throw in some flowers that I can paint on your car for free. How about that?
Can I ask this? Like, if I wanted to take my car to a different shop,
you can't do that. There's a non-compete thing. They wouldn't even take it. They respect me too much. They're like, is that the Toolman's work? We won't touch it.
Our car signed a non-compete clause.
Crap.
Yeah, but that was on the paperwork that you signed when you first dropped it off. It was in the really fine print.
Okay.
Yeah, you guys should really read that before you sign it.
Yeah, Ken, that's on you.
Yeah, we have a problem of not reading fine print when we sign stuff.
Yeah.
Speaking of, oh no, they're here. It's the Overtalking Overlords. They're rolling in with hard hats on and vaguely construction worker coded things. And they're here to remind you, if you like the show, please go on Apple Podcasts and Spotify and rate and review where applicable if you can figure it out. Reviews are what help people find this podcast. Also, we spend any money in advertising, so if you like the show, please tell a friend and spread the word. We'd really appreciate it. Thank you.
Thank you.
And while they're here, I think, Steve, you should have a quick word with them about the price of the updates you're making on the car.
Yes. Do you want? Well, I could just give them my burner phone, and they can contact me separately for that, right?
Okay.
But I really can't have you guys listening in on this conversation. Or if you wanted to plug your ears real quick, we could do it.
Yeah, real quick.
Yeah, let's do that.
Okay. Hello, Overlords. Much respect. I'm hustling like you guys. The cost of the car is going to be at least $50,000 more than I was originally offering. So that would put it at $500,000. I don't know if it's in the budget. I think Magic Mind got them some of the way there. But the rest of it's going to have to come from you. And I don't know. I know you guys have all kinds of dealings with the devil and all kinds of stuff that you can do to get some money. So just stop by the shop. Maybe give you like a cool, like a Grim Reaper mobile or something. Cool decals. So just don't let them hear this.
I can't hear what you're saying, but they seem very, very okay with everything.
Yeah, I think we came to an understanding. They're looking at me.
Okay.
A lot of enthusiastic nodding happening.
It's a lot of eye contact, and I feel my soul leaving my body.
Yeah.
Is that normal?
Yes.
I don't know. I hear like
Okay,
a sucking sound. So yeah, I think it's
yeah.
fine.
Because they're Dementors. Correct?
I don't like to put labels on it.
No,
okay,
I would say I would actually classify them as more of a ghastly otherworldly landlord.
Yeah.
That's right.
Did you not listen?
But they look exactly like Dementors. Okay, well, thank you, Toolman, for joining us. Siege, what do we got to plug?
You can follow us on all the things at Overtalking Pod. Email the show at overtalkingpod@gmail.com. Call or text the show at USACat1591 or go to our website, overtalkingpod.party. But really, just tell a friend. Spread the word.
Spread the word. We'd really appreciate it. Leave a review. And check, I'm sure you've seen it by now, but check out our sweet new artwork.
That's right.
It's no more stick figures at a table. It's 2 empty chairs. We're gone. We're out of. We didn't want to be in it in any way. So
our names are on it, but that's it.
Yeah. Check it out. CJ's lovely wife put that together for us. Thank you, Emily.
Very talented, Emily.
Yes. Okay. Well, as we always say at the end of every single episode, oi, bruv.
Bye.
Bye.
This episode of the Overtalking Podcast was produced by Ken and CJ, edited by CJ. This week's special guest was Steve the Toolman. Music by Justin Peters. Be sure to rate and review on Apple Podcasts and Spotify. See you next week.